welcome to your weekday cup of the Word. Today we're in Matthew 11, and we're going to go back and we're going to take a look at John the Baptist. John the Baptist had been thrown into prison by Herod. And the reason for that was John had been preaching against Herod's immoral relationship with his brother's wife. And while wasting away in that dungeon, John, it seems, began to wonder whether Jesus really was that Christ that he'd been telling everybody about. And so he sent some of his disciples to ask Jesus whether he was the one that John had been speaking of. Matthew chapter 11 gives you Jesus' answer to that question. And then after answering the question, Jesus goes on to talk about John and who John was and his identity and purpose. So he told that John was here, number one, to prepare people for Jesus. John was the messenger that Malachi 3 verse 1 prophesied about. And then John also came to prepare people for the church, Jesus' kingdom. Ever since John started preaching, people had been clamoring with excitement to get into the kingdom. And that is what Christ is talking about when he says that the violent take it by force. You can compare that to Luke 16:16 if you want, the account of that same sermon in Luke, and how when Jesus says the violent take it by force, he's talking about John came to get people excited so that they would do whatever it took to get into Jesus' kingdom. And then Jesus also rebuked people because they didn't listen to John. They didn't listen to John's message when he came, that pious man out in the wilderness, and they didn't listen to Jesus' message when he came and sat in their living rooms and ate and dined with them. And he rebuked them because no matter how the message was shaped, people were not interested in it. And then he finishes it up by saying anybody can get into Jesus' kingdom as long as they're humble and willing to act like children. And with that, that's Matthew 11. That's your daily cup. And we'll see you tomorrow.